We're live. Yep,
Yep,
I
there we
think we're
go.
live. Hey, everybody. I just want to welcome all of you to another episode of Blogging for Freedom TV. And really, our mission with this this whole broadcast is to really help you all understand out there, whether you're in business for yourself right now or you're looking for ways to create a business online, how blogging can really help you to build an audience, attract an audience actually, and just create a ton of additional opportunities for you as you go forward with your business and in life in general. And really today what I'm going to concentrate on is just kind of explaining the numerous benefits of blogging as it relates to building a brand and building a business online. So I also have Dave again with me today. Just for those of you who have not been haven't attended one of our live broadcasts, just to give you a little background, first of all, on me, and I'm going to let Dave just kind of tell some of his story too. For many years, I was, somebody who, kind of felt trapped, living in, living in a world where I didn't really feel like I was able to, fulfill myself because I was, for whatever reasons, I kind of came up traditionally and worked, went through college, went through school, went through college, and got into a job doing something that for me at the time was what I thought I needed to do just to have a livelihood and to be able to pay my bills and to be able to be a success as measured by our society and that sort of thing. And what ended up happening is after many years in corporate America, serving as an IT consultant and doing filling other types of roles for big and small companies in that sort of a capacity, I just really got burned out. And I mean, it got to a point where, after many years of this, I was, I was even dealing with like a depression because I didn't know what else I could do. I didn't know what other types of opportunities, were out there for me. And I had put in all of this time. This was sort of a resistance I think I had for a while to even looking for other things, is that I had gone to school, I had gone to college, I had invested all this time and energy into a degree and into preparing myself for this corporate type of world, and it wasn't fulfilling for me. But there was so much of that time in my life where I wasn't aware that there were other options. And really, one goal that we have for this too is for those of you that might feel like that, like you're stuck in a situation where you're not happy and you don't feel fulfilled, and you're looking for a way to create new opportunities for yourself, like to give yourself opportunities to like actually achieve real freedom in your life, with a business that can be fun, that you can work from anywhere. That's really what we want to help you really start to understand, is how you can leverage a platform like a blog to create real opportunity for yourself, to pursue your passions, to have fun, to make money, all of that. And actually, in the past 14 months, since really learning how to use internet platform and this type of thing to create a business, I've been able to, achieve a lifestyle of freedom, which is what I've always wanted. And my wife and I have been traveling the world. We've right now we're in Taos, New Mexico, but for the past 14 months, we've literally, we stepped down from our jobs and we took off on this. Really, in our minds, it's just a never-ending trip. And we've been to Costa Rica, we've been to Europe. We just recently got back from Peru, where we were with our family, and we've been able to continue to build our business wherever we've been, because we're leveraging a blog, we're leveraging a tool set and a skill set to create this freedom. So before I get into what we're going to talk about today, which is really I'm just going to basically go through a series of benefits that a blog has, that in terms of how it can really help you, whether you're in a business right now or you're looking for one. Before I get into that, though, I'm going to just kind of send it over to Dave. He's going to tell some of his story, and yeah. So Dave, why don't you take the stage?
All right, thanks, Adam. Can you hear me okay? Everything looking good?
Absolutely.
All right, and welcome to everybody out there to Blogging for Freedom TV. I'm really excited to be here with you guys today. Um, I want to just let you in on a little bit of my life and how I got to where I'm at today. And what I want to tell you guys about is a little bit of my experience in the United States Navy. I joined the Navy because I wanted to travel the world, and I wanted to get paid to do that. And I really kind of just joined as a solution to not being able to find a good job and not being able to find something that I was really passionate about doing. And so I jumped right into the military, into the Navy. I made a decision that I was going to go. Left about 2 weeks later. Didn't really have much time to plan or to think about anything before I left. I just kind of went. Um, just a real quick decision, kind of knee-jerk reaction. I just went. And when I got in to boot camp and went through the experiences that you have inside of boot camp, where you're really forced to be molded to a system, and you're forced to do things that you wouldn't normally do. Um, you really get broken down, and you get mentally rebuilt by this different system that's inside of the military, and it changes who you are um, on a surface level, and it makes you think that in order to be successful in whatever you're doing, that you have to follow a certain set of rules, and you have to follow the system, and you have to do the things that you're told in order to make it to where you want to go. And once I realized that I had that mindset and that it had been sort of brainwashed into me, I came to the realization that I wasn't taking my life really where I wanted it to go. I was letting other people, other circumstances, and other situations dictate where my life was going, and I was just kind of along for the ride. And that kind of mindset really takes away your freedom. And the theme of our show, Blogging for Freedom, is we want to show you that it's possible to get your freedom back and to be able to really take your life in the direction that you want to go. But the first thing that you have to do is to really make the same decision that I made once I realized that I had a poor mindset in the military, is that you have to change the way that you think. You have to change the way that you interpret and experience the world, and you have to change the decisions that you make. And you have to realize that if anything is going to happen for you in your life, your financial situation, your family situation, your work situation, you have to make those changes. And that's something that's been a huge hurdle for me to get over, is actually realizing that I have to do the actions, I have to change the mindset, and I have to propel myself in the direction that I want to go, or I'm not going to get there. And once I made that mental shift, I was about 4 years into my tour in the Navy, and I realized that I didn't want to do what everybody else told me to do for the rest of my life. I wanted to go out and do what I'm passionate about and what I enjoy doing, and I want to build a life for myself through those means, instead of trying to please someone else and use someone else's corporate system to get where I want to go. I want to do things myself. And when I realized that, and I made a decision to do that, I got out of the Navy, and I started moving towards my dreams and my goals. And long story short, that's what's brought me here today, and that's what's brought me the success in the online business and blogging space that we're in here. And I just want to really let you guys know that if you're looking for a change in your life, you're looking for the reclamation of your freedom, if you're looking for the reclamation of your time, then you really just need to make a decision and understand that you're the only one that can do it. And when you know that, and you know that you can do whatever it takes to get there, then you're going to make it. And the first step is by being here today, guys. If you're brand new with us, check out what we have to say, listen to it, and realize that we're going to be here to help nurture you guys and help grow you along the way, and that you can learn from our experiences, so that you can shorten the learning curve and get your business and your blog and your life off to a new direction that you take, and that you're in control of. So really, that's what I got to say about that, Adam. I'll hand it back to you, and we can go over the blogging topics that you have.
Awesome. Thanks, Dave. And yeah, I want to reinforce what Dave was saying at the end there about, this being a way for you to reclaim freedom in your life and have total control of everything, because I didn't really cover that as much when I was telling you my story, but that was a big thing for me. I did not like having to report to a boss. I didn't like having to ask for time off. With what we really are teaching here with a platform like a blog, what it enables you to do is actually create results in your life that give you leverage, right? Because this is a platform through which you basically attract people. I'm going to talk about, I think I'm going to cover 11 things here. Just 11 benefits that a blog has, and the ways that it actually helps you create the results you want in your business and in your life, and create new opportunities for yourself as well. So I'm going to dive right into that. So the first thing I want to talk about is, the first benefit that I listed was really about a blog. First of all, what a blog is. For those of you who don't know, a blog is just a website that's set up in a way to make it extremely easy to update, add new content, and share that content. All right? So in a way, the way it differs from excuse me, I have a bit of a cough, so you just bear with me if I have to do that for a second. But the way it differs from a website is most websites out there are static. They're just, and this is what a lot of businesses have, is they have these static websites that they're out there, just among the billions of websites in the ether, the abyss that is the internet, not getting any attention. What a blog does is it makes it easy for you to create new content and share that content, and that's truthfully makes your site dynamic. And it makes it easier for you to be found, basically, and to create engagement with your audience. So it's really a website that's designed to help you grow an audience online, and it's very easy to use. So that's one thing I want to talk about is, the first benefit I want to mention is really that a blog, and our blogging system especially, is really, really, really easy to use. You can literally just get started with your blog, your own professional-looking website, and it's up and running for you. There's no technical hurdles at all. You literally just sign up, get started, and you can start creating content for your audience. So ease of use is one big advantage to having a blog over just a regular website. The second benefit I want to talk about is how it enables you to stay fresh and relevant with your audience, because like I said, having a blog really encourages you to create new content, to stay in the conversations that are relevant and current for whatever audience you're in, okay? And that's really important. I mean, it's not just important as a way to keep engaging with your audience and keeping an awareness of current events. It's also something that the search engines like. Search engines favor fresh, relevant content, and so it's just really important that you're doing that. And a blog really facilitates it, because like I said, from the first benefit I mentioned, it's really easy to create new content. You can just, you want to obviously be identifying the topics, the issues that matter to your audience, and creating content that's fresh and relevant. Okay? The blog helps you do that. And actually, Dave, before I go into the third benefit, is there anything you want to add just to those two things, like how easy it is to use and just how well it enables you to stay fresh and publish fresh content with your audience?
Yeah, one of the things that I see a lot of people have trouble with when they're using traditional blogging platforms, like Blogger, Tumblr, WordPress, is that there's a lot of technical hurdles that you have to get over in order to be able to make your blogs function correctly. You might need to know some HTML coding. You might need to know how to move some widgets around, do some different things like that. with the platform that we use, it's really just streamlined for you. It's built for the person that doesn't have any tech knowledge, so it makes it very easy to use, and you get content out really, really quickly.
Absolutely. Yeah, and as Dave said, this is, I can remember the first time I tried to get a site up for my online business. I spent all this time worrying about stuff that really doesn't contribute to what are ultimately the things you need to be doing to create income in your business. Like where I should put the blog, the image, where I should have, what I should have in the sidebar, all this stuff that really doesn't matter. The cool thing about our platform is you get up and running with a blogging platform that's really designed for businesses. It's really simple to use. So I'll continue on to the next. The next benefit I wanted to talk about is really all about how, having a blog enhances your business findability or visibility. And if you think about it, it's really this simple. Think of everything you're creating on your website as being like real estate, that's out there on the web, right? And with a blog, as I was talking about, you're creating content on a consistent basis, and all of that content adds up to basically increase your footprint online and make it that much easier for people to find you. So, blogging, just getting into the rhythm of blogging really means you're creating more content, you're putting more things out there, more pieces of content out there that people can find, that your audience can find, be attracted to as a way to continue to grow your business. So blogging, that's just another thing. Yeah, another one, the fourth thing I wanted to talk about, the fourth benefit is how it also enhances your credibility. We're kind of at a stage now where the businesses that are taking themselves seriously have a blog. It's where the conversation is happening and that relates to their business. And so just to be more credible as a business owner, you should have a blog, a place where you're sharing value with your audience, you're creating conversation and a dialogue. It's really like having this constant dialogue with your audience. The fifth benefit I wanted to talk about is it's a great platform for building your email list. And this is important for basically one big reason. As you're building this audience online, it's really important that you are collecting emails and you're building a subscribership, because what doing that enables you to do is when people subscribe to a newsletter or something that's on your blog, they basically given you permission to send, to market to them directly right into their email inbox. Okay, it's like them letting you into their life more and giving you personal access to them. And that's really important. It's like the next step after you're building your audiences. You want to be building your own email list. And for those of you out there that are in the home business space, perhaps you've been part of companies or something like that, a lot of times they'll give you a resource that you can use as sort of a website, but it's building the company's list and not your own. It's really important that you have a blog that's set up in a way where you're able to build your own list. And again, with our platform, that's actually built right in. So when you get started, you're actually building your own email list. Okay, so that's a really big one. The next benefit I wanted to talk about is how it enables you. It's a place where you can tell your story and brand yourself. Okay, so a lot of people who are in business, a lot of times, they've got the products, they've got the company that they're a part of, but and they're leading with that. They're leading with their company. They're leading with the product. And the truth is, you want to have a headquarters for your online business that's really centered around your own personal brand. Because the truth is, your personal brand is the most durable brand that you have. Right now, you may be in a business or an opportunity and that sort of thing, but who knows? As you continue to move forward in your life, and you blog, and as you're building this big audience, it's going to create new opportunities for you. You never know what direction you're going to go in. So a blog really enables you, is a place where you can establish your own brand, your own sort of identity and brand, and build equity in something that's going to be with you forever, regardless of the other decisions you make. I know actually personally recently there was this company that's been really, really prevalent and popular, and it actually went down, it went under. And I know I've personally connected to some people who were massively impacted by that. They had, good income in their businesses, but all of their branding was tied to this company. And so when the company went down, they basically lost their income, but they lost all the equity they had built up online because all the branding that they had built was for the company. And so this is really important. This is one I really want to hammer home, because so many business owners, when they get started, they're not building their own personal brand, and that's really, really, really important. The next benefit I wanted to talk about is how it can create time freedom for you. It's really a business. It's a platform through which you can create results from efforts you make one time. So like, for example, if you create a blog post or a video and you start to learn the strategies that we actually teach inside of our team and how to get that blog post in front of as many people as possible, that blog post is out there. More and more people will find it, and they're finding it over and over and over again. And it can be doing the selling. It can be doing the, whatever you want to accomplish in the video. It can do that over and over again from one unit of effort that you put into creating it. And that's an important concept too to realize, is leveraging your business is everything. The only way you can achieve freedom is by being able to get results without necessarily having to be there in working in every single aspect of your business, right? Well, having a blog really enables you to share value with people, attract an audience, and accomplish these things in a way that's leveraged and gives you freedom. And Dave, this is another good time, I think, for me to I would love to hear your commentary too, just on these things that I've shared.
Yeah. So I was thinking about Amazon.com, right? They are essentially a distribution company, and if you guys don't know Amazon, that company does more business than some of the small countries in the world. Like, this is a massive corporation that does tons of distribution of products between consumers and producers. Anyways, there's a huge trend going on where people are not going to stores in their local areas as much. They're starting to buy more things online. And how that ties into blogging is that when you use a blog, okay, you can use a blog for any type of business that you want, right? You can sell products or services in any kind of industry, any kind of market that you want to. And essentially what you're doing is you are going to be distributing those products and services through your blog, right? So when you start a blog and you utilize and leverage it, you're actually putting yourself on the leading edge of a trend in the way that distribution is changing across the world. And I think when you can kind of realize that you're running a business and you're selling products or services and you're just changing the way that those are being distributed, then it might make a little more sense of how a blog can actually play into any type of entrepreneurial endeavor out there. That's just a thought that popped up in my head as you were talking. One more thing too, the most powerful way to sell something is by word of mouth, right? And it doesn't necessarily have to be selling something, but if you go see a good movie and you really liked it, you're going to talk to your friends and your family about it, right? You say, hey, man, I really liked that movie the other day. You should go see it. It was awesome. You're going to promote that particular movie for the producers without getting paid for that, right? So what if you could use your blog as a word-of-mouth way to promote different things? That could be a very lucrative distribution channel that you can take advantage of. And the reason that a blog works so well is because a blog is designed to give you a two-way conversation, right? You want to reach out and engage with your reader. You want to be present and have a conversation with them. And essentially that is the word-of-mouth transaction that's going on there, and you can plug your blog into whatever you want to use it for and use it as a conversation mechanism to spread word of mouth. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that totally makes sense. And I've always looked at it too, like for people that have a passion. So we're kind of speaking to some different audiences with this, but our goal really is to really inform just about anybody who could be listening right now, and regardless of where you are, whether you have a business or you don't, everyone is passionate about something. And if you're passionate about something, it just makes sense to start to build an audience around it online. It could create a ton of opportunities. And actually, that is the next benefit I wanted to talk about a little bit. And I only have 3 left. And again, for those of you who might have arrived late, this is Blogging for Freedom TV. We host these every Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern. What I wanted to talk about here is how a blog is really an awesome tool for what it can do in terms of opening new doors and creating new opportunities for you too. Because if you really think about it, when it comes to having, creating opportunities in your life, the foundation of it pretty much is having an audience. So like, if you're passionate about something and you start to share the value and insights that are relevant to your audience, and you're building this audience with your blog, you have basically a leverage point through which you can create a ton of opportunities. And the example that I think of a lot of times is like, let's say you're even into music, and you've built this passionate following just related to maybe like the music scene in your local area. Like you're blogging about events that are happening in your area, about your favorite local bands, and you built up this following. And that's honestly what the blog is designed to do, is help you create an audience. I always think now of as a blog as being like almost a replacement for what a lot of people always, looked at a resume as. This is the place, this is the thing that you show to people when you may be interested in getting a job. Well, I look at it now as like, if you're you have a passion about something and you build up this audience online. I mean, think about it. You could go to like your local newspaper or whatever, and just you'd have this audience you're building. You think that like maybe a local publication of some kind that is up on events in your area wouldn't consider working with you or letting you write for them or that sort of thing, because you have this built-in audience. What I'm trying to say is that as you use a blog to build an audience, it gives you, it can create other opportunities, because you're basically like an authority in your niche, and you have this audience, and that has value to other people too, and it can be a leverage point to just create unlimited opportunity for you. It doesn't matter what niche you're in. So that's another thing I wanted to highlight, is how just building equity in your blog and building an audience can create can open a ton of new doors. The other thing I wanted to talk about is how it can be also a platform for you to, bring awareness and support to the causes that matter to you the most. That's obviously a great use for a blog, right? Think about all these causes that need support and need awareness. Well, as a blogger, if you're blogging about these issues that matter to you the most and you're building an audience, think of the potential there as you're building an audience for you to create support, donations, whatever it is, for causes that matter to you the most. I always like to think about not just in terms of how this can be a business for you, but in terms of how you can give back more through using a platform like this to build an audience and build support and awareness for a cause. And then the last benefit I wanted to talk about is really how your blog is something you own. So for those of you that are in your business and you're building these audiences on social media, like maybe you have big audience on Facebook, you have a fan page where there's a ton of, you're getting some engagement and you've got a lot of likes and you've got this following there. The problem with only being on social media is that you don't control the environment. When someone's engaging on your page, they're being distracted by ads. There's a million ways for them to link off your site. They're one step away from their news feed, which is full of distractions. What you want to make sure you're doing is taking people off of social media and into your own, like almost like the headquarters for your brand, where you control the environment, and it's a distraction-free place for you to give the value they're looking for, but also then to like funnel them in the direction you want them to go, whether it's to a product, to get on your list, that sort of thing. It's really important that you have this headquarters for your brand that is really what you own, right? Where you're building all this equity up on a platform that you truly do own. So that's the last benefit I have to share with you. I really wanted you guys to get a good understanding of just how really essential it is, regardless of whether you have a business yet or you don't, to be building up your own personal brand using a blog. So Dave, I've added those 3 additional benefits. Do you have anything else you want to add?
Yeah, I just wanted to kind of reiterate the point that they're looking for connections out there, right? We're really looking for experience with other people that we can share, and a blog is a way to communicate those experiences with each other, and it's a way to attract people that are like-minded to you and are interested in those experiences or have had them before. And it's a really good way to build a network of good friends and good customers and good team members. And it's a very powerful way to build a leveraged income stream that you can use to work on your dream of getting your freedom back, right? So ultimately, the message that I want to give here is that blogging about what you're passionate about, when you can take your desires, your hobbies, your experiences, your life, and leverage it via a blog, you can do so many things that you never thought were even possible before. And so if you're maybe just kind of sticking your toe in the water and seeing, is this blogging stuff for me, I'd recommend that you try it out, because when you jump in and start blogging and you start writing the posts and you're doing a little bit of research, it's going to be a big learning process, and it's going to be a very good personal development process for you as well. And you're going to learn things about yourself that you probably didn't know before. And even if you don't really get a business to take off right away, you're going to have those experiences that change who you are and how you view the world. And those are going to be just valuable enough to make that whole process worth it. So if you're looking at starting a blog and getting into the blogging world, go ahead and get started today, guys. It's easy, it's simple, it's very fun, and you got a team here that's going to be here to help you move along the path toward getting your freedom back. So with that's really all I have, Adam. I appreciate your points today on blogging. It's very informative, and took some good notes on it. So
right on, yeah. And to reinforce what Dave was saying about, we have a team here. So just so you realize, like, when you get started, you're actually you're part of a community. Our team is called Team Make It Happen. We're all about supporting you in the growth of your business. And like I said in the beginning, when you start blogging, you're immediately building an asset that will have value in your life forever, because you're focused on your personal. You're going to be focused on your personal brand. And in the beginning, building your audience, that is an asset. That's like the first asset you build in your online business. So as soon as you get started, you are starting to create a valuable asset and the foundation of a successful business. So, I really want to reinforce that, so you realize that you're not that far from the success you want to have. It's really just about you taking the next step. You can click the button right below this video to get started, or just get back to the person who invited you here and ask them to show you how to get in, and they'll show you the way. And then we'll look forward to locking arms with you and helping you actually achieve the success and the freedom that you want and you deserve in your life. So take that next step, and then of course, make sure you bookmark this page. We're live every Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern, and next week we have a really, really special guest. We'll keep this a surprise, but it's somebody who he's created massive results. He's done it entirely from blogging, from free forms of marketing his business online, and you're going to get to hear from his story and some of the specific things he's done to just grow a really massive following in a really successful business. So look forward to seeing you all there. Have a great day.